In modern Bitcoin discourse, there is a growing narrative that challenges the very foundation of how value is created, stored, and controlled. It begins with a simple observation. Most people do not choose the system they operate inside. They inherit it. A financial architecture built on state-issued currency, fractional reserve banking, and centrally governed monetary policy. Fiat currency, in its purest structural form, is not just money. It is permissioned money. Created through institutional mechanisms, expanded through policy decisions, constrained or accelerated based on objectives far removed from the individual. Critics of this system argue that it behaves like a leveraged network built on trust and authority rather than provable scarcity. A system where expansion of supply is not anchored to a fixed limit, but to human discretion. And in that discretion, they see asymmetry. Not everyone participates equally in the creation of money. Not everyone receives it at the same time. Not everyone understands when the rules change, because the rules are not static. They evolve. Quietly, continuously, often invisibly to those most affected. From this perspective, inflation is not just a number. It is a redistribution mechanism that operates through time. And debt becomes not just a tool, but a structural requirement for expansion. In contrast, Bitcoin emerges as a counter-proposal, not merely as an asset, but as a protocol-based monetary system. A system where rules are not decided by committees, but encoded into software, where supply is not discretionary, but mathematically constrained, where issuance follows a predictable schedule that does not respond to political pressure. Supporters argue that this shifts the locus of trust from institutions to verifiable code, from policy into consensus, from permission to ownership. In this model, money becomes bearer-based again in a digital form, controlled by private keys rather than intermediaries. No account freezes by default, no gatekeeping based on jurisdiction, no requirement to ask permission to transfer value, but also no safety net. Responsibility is moved entirely to the individual. Full custody, full sovereignty, full consequence. Advocates describe this as financial neutrality, a system where the rules apply equally, regardless of identity, status, or geography. A global ledger without a central ruler. A network where validation is distributed. A system that does not rely on trust in any single institution, because trust is replaced with verification. To its supporters, this is not merely temptation. It is structural correction, the response to decades of expanding financial abstraction, where money becomes increasingly detached from physical constraint and increasingly dependent on institutional confidence. To its critics, it is incomplete, volatile, experimental, still evolving. But even critics often acknowledge one underlying shift. The idea that money itself can be redesigned as an open protocol rather than a managed instrument. At its core, the debate is not only about currency, defines the rules? Who can change them? Who benefits first when they change? And who absorbs the lag when they do? Whether Bitcoin represents the solution or simply a transition point remains unresolved. But the question it forces into view is permanent. What does it mean for money to be truly owned? Not granted, not issued, not intermediated, but held. And in a world increasingly defined by digital systems, that question no longer sits on the edge of economics. It sits at the center of it.